up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I've partnered with Honda because guess what? We have some dreams coming true and I get to share them with you. First time in Indianapolis, and not only am I in Indianapolis, I am gonna meet 1969 Indy 500 winner, multiple IndyCar champion, and Formula One champion, Mario Andretti. I'm gonna be taking a ride in the fastest seat in sports. It's that Honda Two Seat IndyCar. We're gonna be going around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Mario's gonna be piloting me. It's gonna be a mind-blowing experience, and I'm gonna be sharing it with you. The interesting thing to point out about today's events, we're going backwards. What that means is normally the Indy 500 is run counterclockwise. We're actually going to be going the opposite direction because I'm here for the Indy Grand Prix. We're going to go down that front straightaway across the famous bricks. Before we go into turn 4 of the Indy Oval, we're going to make a hard right and rip it through a really cool road course section that's going to loop us all the way back around. I'm going to talk a little bit this weekend about race dynamics, aerodynamics, the technology in that Honda IndyCar that makes its way into your Honda vehicle. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go fire it up and start today's activities. All right, guys, here we are in that infield road course section. Like I said, the Indy GP this weekend has the drivers turning left and right. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening in this turn behind me. So the drivers are coming down a nice length of straightaway. What they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to get on those brakes as hard as they can. And you can see those numbers, 300, 200, 100. That tells you how many feet until the turn. So what the driver's doing is he's taking his vision, looking down towards the turn. When he gets to the right zone, slamming on those brakes, he's now looking into the left to make that left-hand turn, hit his apex. Apex is the perfect spot of the corner, and then he's gonna trail out. So like I said, they're reaching pretty good amount of speed here. Now they're gonna have to slam on the brakes, turn left, and then turn right. It's all about looking where you wanna go. That's part of the racecraft. Now when it comes to the braking, all your braking is gonna be done in a straight line. The reason why is your tires can only give you so much grip. All your grip is gonna be used for braking. So you, in a straight line, slam the brake pedal, downshift, using the paddle, blah, 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 blah. Now you're looking, you're gonna initiate turn-in, hit your apex, and now you're gonna roll back on the throttle. How do you know if you did it right? If you're coming out of that turn and you are rolling on throttle, you're good. If you have to chop throttle, you did something wrong. Either you carried too much speed, or you got your apex wrong. You hit your lines wrong. So there's a lot of science that goes into driving an Indy car at speed around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That thing I was telling you about, traction circle, that deals with the amount of grip. So your tire can give you 100% of grip doing one thing. If you're using all your tire grip for braking, you're not gonna be able to turn. So you have to balance where you're using your brakes and when you're gonna turn in so that the tires are always sticking for you. All right, guys, here we are in the Honda Two Seat IndyCar garage. There's actually a total of 6 different two-seat Indy cars that Honda uses to showcase the power, the technology that goes into their Honda Indy race engines, that V6 twin turbocharged engine. I wanted to take you around the car that I'm going to be riding in and focus on some of the technology that's in the car, focus on some of the aerodynamics that's used to make the race car do what it does around the track. So why don't you come on over here and I'm going to walk you by. Obviously, Honda is known for their black and red racing colors, really so iconic with the brand, and just being partnered with Honda is amazing, and being part of the fastest seat in sports. But why don't we come over and check out the fastest seat in sports. So this is your two-seat IndyCar. You can see the length that's been added. Obviously Mario's gonna be piloting us right up front. I'll be sitting right behind him, sort of like fighter cockpit style. But let's start at the front end of the business here. You can see carbon fiber wing. So this wing is a road course wing. The Indy Grand Prix is run backwards compared to the Indy 500, and it's a road course. We're turning left and right. So these wings are here to add downforce. Now what's interesting is that if you have flown on a plane, which I know many of you have, the wings you see on these race cars are similar to the airplane wings. The only difference is that they're flipped the other way. On a plane, you want lift. In a race car, you don't want lift, you want downforce. And that's what these wings are gonna do. And that's why if you look, for example, at this wing, how it has a nice little curve to it. There's a nice concave curve to it. That's gonna allow wind flow to hit this wing and put downforce. Same thing here. Every piece that you see is functional. And what they learn on the racetrack, you're gonna get. Think about the Honda Civic Type R. You have a Honda Civic Type R? There's a lot of aerodynamic pieces on the front that actually make that front-wheel drive car perform like no other front-wheel drive car in the whole world. You have your center nose cone. Now what's interesting is that these noses can be changed. If you notice, you have the mounting points here. This whole piece slides off. If we were gonna run the Indy 500 oval, you would need a different wing with less downforce, because if you're running the Indy 500, you want faster top speed. The problem with downforce is that it creates drag. These wings create drag, but if you want the drag for the downforce, that's good. If you don't, then you need to change that out. So they actually can change the nose to a less downforce front wing and rear wing out back, which we're gonna get to in a second. But you could just see all the different dive planes, carbon fiber. More and more carbon fiber is winding its way into production vehicles. Really just amazing to be up and close with this car. Let's go ahead and take a look down the side here. So, tires. You'll notice there's a lot of rock stuck to these tires. When these tires get heat, they get a lot of grip. Right now, they're cold. If you were to go out on the racetrack and you just got on it, you'd slide right off the track. But these tires, when they get heated up, is gonna give you grip. Look at how the rocks are stuck to the tires after the practice session of Mario going out in this car. This is technology that winds up in your car. The tire companies work on different compounds to make you safer on the road, just like Honda puts technology into their race cars to make you safer and also give you more performance as well, because obviously a lot of performance happening here. If we notice on the front suspension, so you have your upper control arms, lower control arms, they actually use carbon fiber here. And you can see how everything has been shaped for optimum performance to cut through the wind like a hot knife through butter. On the inside, do you see these ducts here? This is actually gonna help cool your brakes. Whenever you're looking at any type of car, heat can rob your engine of horsepower, but heat is not good on your brakes. It could actually make your brakes less effective. So they try to ram nice cool air onto those rotors to make sure that you could stop every single time. Now, these cars actually race in the rain. So what would happen is that you would take these slicks off and you would put rain tires on. The rain tires are treaded, but they're not like your street tires. They're really, really, really soft. When it stops raining, if they have the rain tires on, the tires can fall apart and cause some major problems for the driver. So slicks today, if it was raining, then we would go with rain tires. Let's go ahead and continue down the side here. You could see all the aero work that's been done to provide downforce on the side of the car, because it's not just about the front, it's also about the side. You have the intakes to cool those radiators. This is stuff that they're learning to get you a better performing Honda product, no matter if you have a Civic Type R, Odyssey, or anything like that. Let's go ahead and focus on the cockpit. So I'm gonna have Lori kind of zoom in and get in on that cockpit. You can see the steering wheel there. Inside the car, there's no dash. The dash is on the wheel, and all the telemetry and stuff is gonna be through that wheel. The data coming from the car. You can see all the different controls for the driver that Mario will have at his disposal. These are things that the car is meant to do. So very, very nice setup. And the technology, think about your steering wheel in your car. There's a lot of technology that's in your steering wheel, just like on that steering wheel. Now, no radio controls or anything like that, but things that can be changed and adjusted with the performance of the car. Speaking of performance, and we're speaking of Honda, take a look. There's that V6 twin turbocharged car. As we work our way back, transmission is bolted to the back of the engine here. You can see the suspension, much different than your Honda street car, but we're still learning a lot that goes towards your Honda street car. And then finally, the massive rear wing. This is gonna provide downforce to the back of the car. It may look cool to see a car sliding all over the place, but guess what? If you're sliding or you're spinning the tires, you're not going forward. So this wing is gonna provide maximum downforce, just like the front, for this Indy Grand Prix road course layout. And just amazing, the technology. What's wonderful is what you see in the two-seat Honda IndyCar, the fastest car in sports, the fastest two-seater in sports, you actually will find in the actual Indy cars that are racing today. Only difference is this is where I'll be sitting. So definitely get ready for that. Mario Andretti's gonna be there, and Joe Rady from Rady's Rides will be the passenger. So stay tuned, I'll see you in a few seconds. All right guys, we're here down at the Indianapolis Motor Speed garages. I have a driver here who really does not need an introduction, but I'm gonna do it right for him. This is the 2016 Indy 500 champion, won his rookie year. Alex, thank you so much for meeting with us and everybody on Rady's Rides. Really appreciate you being here.
Sure, no problem.
So I guess to start off, this is the Indy Grand Prix weekend. How do you feel about going into today's race?
I mean, we've got a big task ahead of us. Qualifying wasn't too friendly, so we start 17th. We've had a good car here in the past, and we finished 5th last year. So, you know, it's strategy is going to come into play. Hopefully, we have a fast race car this afternoon and can go forward.
Definitely, I think that's really the best way to look at it from at this point right now. I think a question that I've been waiting to ask you. There were so many people that day back in 2016 sitting on the edges of their couch, gripping onto that cushion. You guys were so bold going with a fuel-saving strategy. At what point were you like, am I gonna make it? Am I not gonna make it?
Really, the whole way through. You know, it was a big risk that kind of Brian Herta came up with in order to try and do one less pit stop than everyone else, and I don't think that really anyone believed that we could get it done, including ourselves to a certain extent. So it wasn't until I crossed the line where I realized kind of what we had accomplished, and it was as much of a surprise to me and the 98 team as I think it was to everyone watching and that was there that day.
Definitely. That's something that I'm definitely going to remember for a very, very long time. Here's a question I know a lot of my subscribers want to know, and especially me. If you could race against anybody from racing past, who would it be and why?
I think Mario Andretti, just because I've gotten to know him in my 4 years driving for Andretti Autosport, and obviously he's the greatest American open-wheel driver in history. So I'd love to be able to race against him in a modern car.
Yes. And the other part of that would be, what track would it be at?
Oh, that's a great question. Really, any of them. But I mean, I think that, you know, Indianapolis is iconic for obvious reasons. Watkins Glen is one of my favorite racetracks, which we unfortunately don't go to anymore. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't really matter. It'd just be, I think it'd be a cool fight and a cool experience.
That would so I would definitely want to see that. You know, they say, and when I say they say when you win the Indy 500, a driver's life changes forever. Is that true, and how has your life changed?
You know, I think it's true from a professional perspective. There's opportunities that presented themselves that probably wouldn't have otherwise. From a day-to-day personal life, I mean, in Indianapolis, I guess more people know who I am. Yeah. But really, you know, nothing has changed from that aspect. I still wake up in the morning and do everything that I used to do. But yeah, certainly from my racing career, had the opportunity to really develop a relationship with the team, Honda, Napa. I mean, it all was a great thing for all of us. So I'm very grateful that obviously happened the way that it did, and it definitely gave me an opportunity to have a career in the NTT IndyCar.
One thing I want to point out, I don't know if you noticed, I think there may be some serendipity above your garage. There's a number missing. This is garage 13. The 3 is gone, and number 1 is above your door there.
Well, that's great. I think this is the same garage that we've had ever since the beginning. So we've always had pretty good luck here at the Speedway. So hopefully that continues on this year.
Well, awesome. I wish you nothing but best of luck today. I know all the Radies Right subscribers out there are going to be rooting for you and just looking forward to the month of May.
Right on. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I'm here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're in this motorhome garage area, and I am here with a man that is a living legend that I really don't need to do any type of introduction, but I need to do it right because of who he is. He is the 1969 Indy 500 champion. He's a 4-time IndyCar champion. He's a Formula One champion. We could sit here for the next few hours, which I know he doesn't want to do, and we could go through all the accolades. None other than Mario Andretti. Mario, thank you for spending some time with us.
It's my pleasure.
You know, I think the first question I want to ask you, and I think I know what the answer is going to be, but my question is, what out of all the races you've won, what is your greatest victory, the one that is most important to you?
Well, the victories are important in different ways. I mean, does it have the value as far as how hard was it fought on the track, or what does it bring in between? Who else do you make happy? You know, and I think a lot of what happened here in '69 was a lot of how many people did I make happy? Because myself, for sure,
Sure.
you know, because you strive for that. But also the team, the Granatelli, Andy Granatelli with the STP team.
Of course.
You know, he was the greatest marketer.
Yeah, he really
ever
was.
lived. And he tried this, you know, to win this so hard with all the different, the best ideas, you know.
Combination,
Turbine
yeah.
cars, combination, the Novi's and everything.
My next question is really one that's important to me. You know, you've been so successful. It doesn't matter what type of car, IndyCar, Formula One, sports cars, NASCAR. How did you do it?
Well, it was just a desire, obviously, and a curiosity to be able to get a taste of all of the top disciplines that obviously make up our motorsports world. And I just I had the ambition and a burning desire to do it. Period. And I derived the ultimate satisfaction. And the best part is that I had the opportunity to do it with top teams, you know, which is the only chance
Very
that you
important.
have, obviously, to be able to bring results.
You've had so many big accomplishments. Since retiring professionally, do you have any unfinished business on the racetrack?
Well, on the racetrack, obviously not, because you know, I have fun just doing what I'm doing, you know, driving to Cedar and all that sort of thing. And there's only one thing that it's been promised to me, that I want to drive a current Formula One car.
He's already getting on it. I told him not to hold back. Unbelievable, the G-forces going through this left-right transition. Amazing. I love this. Thank you, Lee. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is amazing. This is a dream come true. Yes. Unbelievable. At Indianapolis, I am having the time of my life. Brakes hard. Unbelievable. Thank you. That was so awesome, guys. Mario Andretti, Indianapolis. I can't believe it. I got more laps than I thought I was going to get. So thank you, Honda. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, everybody here. And I'm just so grateful for your support. Wonderful, wonderful. Dude, that was amazing. That was so bad. All right, guys, it's been a very memorable day here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A dream for me has come true, not only coming to the track, not only being able to meet some iconic people in the racing world, but to also take a ride and share it with you around the amazing Indy GP track. I definitely got to give a thank you to the man, the myth, the legend, Mario. Thank you for piloting me around, not taking it gingerly, and giving me the business just like you did the business through all your great, awesome, iconic years of racing. Also got to thank Alex Rossi, taking some time from the actual race day to do a little Q&A with Rady's Rides and to bring it to you. So thank you, Alex, for taking that time. I want to thank Tyler for showing me around Indianapolis Motor Speedway, making sure that we were prepared and had everything that we need to bring the best content to all of you, because that's what you deserve. So thank you, Tyler. I want to thank Ben and PJ for helping me get connected with Honda, to be a partner with Honda, getting all the travel together and all that good stuff. So thank you guys for that. And really just to thank everybody here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Amazing group of people, amazing facility, and they know what it means to people like me and like you who are car enthusiasts, that this place just means so much. If these are the types of things that you like to see on Rady's Rides, I know I don't have to ask it, but if it is, put a comment in that comment section if you like it. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help keep this great content coming, get yourself some merch. Click that link in the description, takes you right to Spreadshirt. Really easy, and I thank you for that. I got to give a big shout out, lots of love, a hug and a kiss to my wonderful wife, Lori. This garage area has never been more calm. That's what Honda said, because of Lori's presence here with her mindfulness and her yoga. So thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.